So in this module we are going to learn about functions. So what is a function? So function basically we can denote function as y is equal to f of x. So this is a function. So here it is the function is denoted in the terms of x. So it is a function. In a function something is related to x. It shows a relation between two variables. For example, y is equal to x plus 2. So here it is showing that y is x plus 2. Y is equal to x plus 2. So from this function, from this equation we can get, if we have x, we can get the value of y. So there is something, a relation, a function is showing us some relation. So that is a function. So here the x values are known as the domain, and the y values are known as range. So here the x values are known as domain and y values known as range. So I think it's clear. Let's go to the another topic. So next we are going to learn about how we represent a function. There are a lot of ways to represent a function. We are learning some of them. First one is analytical representation. So methods to represent function. So first one is analytical representation. So in this representation we could consist of it. In this representation we will there is a formula. Here we represent function through formula. Here we represent function through formula. For example, y is equal to 3x square, like y is equal to x plus 4, y is equal to x square. Likewise we represent the function here. In analytical representation we represent the function through formula, and that is the first mode of representation. So let's move to another one. Next one is tabular representation. So tabular representation. So in this mode of representation, we represent the function through tables. Yes, we represent the function through tables. Let's see an example. So I am drawing a table. And this is x, this is y, and I am putting x equal to 1, then y will be 1, and I am putting x equal to 2, then y will be 4. And I am extending the table, and I am going to write one of it. I am going to write x equal to 3, then y will be 9. So from this table you can determine the formula of the function. It is understood that the formula of the function y is equal to x square. So this is the second mode of representation, that is the tabular form of representation. Here we can represent the x and y values through tables, and we can deduce a formula from that. This is the second form of representation. Y is equal to, in this example we have taken the function y is equal to x square. This is the tabular representation of y is equal to x square. So that is the second mode of representation. Going to third mode of representation, that is graphical mode of representation. Graphical mode. So let's have some tea. Graphical mode of representation. Okay. We know that we can determine the function through graph. And taking the function zero, 1, 2 and 3. Here -1, -2, -3. 1, 2, 3. -1, -2, -3. 4. And this is y-axis and this is x-axis. So I am going to plot a relation on this graph. So from this graph it is understood that which is the function is y is equal to x square. So from this graph we can determine the function. So that is the graphical mode of representation. So these three mode of representation you have to be kept in mind because it is very useful for our coming problems.